back to my channel. Today we are going to be creating this look, which is perfect for New Year's Eve and all of your celebrations and festivities, or if you're going to stay home and eat snacks and watch the ball drop from your couch. Either way, this look will work for you. It is super easy, and all of the products I'll be using in today's video are drugstore or low cost. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, just keep watching. All right, the hair is out of the face and we are ready to begin. Since we want this to be a super glowy look, we are starting off with the e.l.f. Glow Lotion. I love using this during the winter because it gives such a nice, healthy glow, and it's also nice and moisturizing. And I'm placing that all over the face. For foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow Foundation, and we're just using this to stick with our glow theme. And I'm just placing that on my face, the parts that I know that I want coverage, avoiding the under eye area since we know that we're going to conceal there. And I'm using a flat topped brush to blend it out. And you really want to be stippling more so than swipe. This is a medium coverage foundation. Oh, and I don't think I said I'm wearing the shade Creme Cafe. I actually bought this foundation to mix in with other foundations, my drier ones, like my more matte foundations. Sorry, like my more matte foundations, but I actually really like how this looks on its own. Now I'm taking the bottom of my Real Technique sponge to blend away any of the brush marks I might have created. Moving on to concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm using the shade Caramel. This is a very good brightening concealer. I know everybody likes the applicator, but I actually really don't. I don't know, I think it's a little unsanitary. I don't know, I don't like the fact that it's a sponge. I guess it's just because when I use my makeup sponge, like I clean that and I can't clean this. It just always has concealer on it. Now you can see I'm being very careful with this because this is a brightening concealer, and as you can see, it's pretty bright. This blends out really well, so I don't need to use that much, and even if I do want to use more, I can just go in with another layer. To spot conceal, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Cafe. I'm just going to go on the outside here to create a gradient. I'm hitting the areas that I have darkness. Now we're gonna let that concealer sit for a bit while we move on to contour. And for contour, I'm using the deepest shade in the NYX Conceal Correct Contour Concealing Palette. Now, I don't want to sculpt too much, so I'm really just bringing it down right about here, and then I'll blend it further. Just doing the same thing on this side, a little bit on the forehead. Using the same brush I used to blend out my foundation, I'm going to blend out my contour. So I am actually so excited for 2019. 2018 was a great year, but this is gonna be the first time that I'm going into the next year with, you know, some really big plans. I think in the past I had been just kind of, I don't know, just seeing where life takes me. And there's nothing wrong with that to an extent, but you know, now I have some goals that I'd really like to achieve. Now I'm gonna take my Real Technique sponge and blend out my concealer. So some of my New Year's resolutions include posting more consistently on YouTube. I've been pretty consistent, at least once a week. There have been a few weeks that I, missed, I think 2 or 3 weeks, but that's, pretty good, especially because I just started out this year. But I really want to be, truly consistent so that I can see some real growth. Secondly, I would like to be better about communicating. And of course, these goals aren't just for 2019. These are just resolutions that I'm making in 2019, but I'd like to carry with me throughout life. So this second one is about communication. I'd like to be better about communicating with people, particularly people that I'm not around every day. I know that it's so easy to get a hold of people nowadays with all of social media and phone numbers and everything like that, and pretty much everyone has their phones on them all the time. So it's like, there's really no excuse, but I find that anxiety sometimes will keep me from reaching out to people that I haven't spoken to in so long. Sometimes because I feel like I need to have grown, from a certain place since the last time I spoke to them. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. especially since I graduated college in 2016 and all of the people that I graduated with are off doing, you know, their various things. And of course, people that aren't doing anything aren't, you know, posting about it. So therefore, all I'm seeing is all the people that are doing really great things. And of course, I'm really excited for them. But, you know, sometimes it can make me feel like I'm behind or, you know, but that leads to my next New Year's resolution, which is to stop worrying so much about other people and just focus on my own path. Everybody has their own path. Everybody does things in their own time. Everybody's life and experiences are different, and I need to accept that and just make my own choices based on that and not based on anybody else or on anybody else's path. All right, and this is how we're looking before setting. You can see, like I said, it had a really nice brightening effect under the eyes. I actually think there might be a little bit too much there, so I'm gonna, a little trick with concealer, if you put a little bit too much concealer, is you go back in with your sponge, you take a towel or a paper towel, and you squeeze the excess concealer off, and you can actually see it. And then go back in with that cleaner sponge, and oh yeah, that looks much nicer. To set my concealer, I'm taking the Black Radiance True Complexion Setting Powder in Banana. I'm taking my Real Technique sponge, like always, dipping it into the powder and pressing it under the eyes. Another New Year's resolution that I have is to be better about exercising. I was a lot better when I was living in Florida and lived really, really close to the gym that I was, the place that I was staying at was not even 2 minutes from the gym. It was even like not even a 10-minute walk. It was really nice. And now, oh my gosh, you guys are gonna make fun of me. It's like a 20-minute drive, which is not bad. It's not that far, obviously, but compared to the 5-minute drive I used to have, it makes a huge difference. I actually have to, I don't know, do a little bit more planning when it comes to the gym. And it's like, you know, you go to work and you're like, oh, I don't need to go to the gym today because I worked. And that's, you know, basically like going to the gym because I'm on my feet. And you know that that's not true. It's not how it works at all. But, you know, that's what you tell yourself so you can sleep at night. Ever since I left Florida, I just haven't been as good about going to the gym. So in 2019 and beyond, I need to get on it. I need to get a lot better about going to the gym. To bronze as well as set my contour, I'm going to be using the Morphe Brontour in Fanatabulous. And this is a very warm bronzer, but I love it. And I'm using the Sonia Kashuk number 113 brush. I'll be using the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Mellow Wine, and I'm using a Wet n Wild angled blush brush to apply it. I discovered this blush this year and I absolutely love it. To set everywhere I didn't set with the banana powder or bronzer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. finishing powder. And now we're going to set the face with the Mario Badescu facial spray with Aloe, Sage, and Orange Blossom. For highlighter, I'm taking the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in Molten Gold. I always feel like my highlighter looks better on one side than the other. Do any of you feel like that? I don't know. I feel like my highlighter always looks better on this side than on this side. Even if I start, you know, with opposing sides, like it doesn't matter. This side just always looks effortless, like that beautiful lit from within. This side looks like someone just like, bah. I don't care if people don't like tip of the nose highlight. I do. And I'm also placing some on my Cupid's bow. Now that the face is done, we're moving on to the brows, where I will be using the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in Blackest Brown. I've talked about this brow pencil a lot. This is my favorite affordable brow pencil. And there are a lot of other good ones, but I think that this is the cheapest one. It performs so well, has a decent color range. I'm just using a brow pencil to keep it simple, keep it natural. To prep the eyelids and to carve out the brows, I'm going to be using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in 36. And I'm using this Bliss all over eyeshadow brush to blend it out. And I'm setting that concealer with the same setting powder I used to set the under eye, the Black Radiance True Complexion setting powder. This is just going to help my shadows blend a little bit easier. For eyeshadow, I'm using the e.l.f. Cosmetics Rose Gold Sunset eyeshadow palette. And this is going to be a very simple eyeshadow look because, like I said, I wanted to focus mainly on skin. So starting out with this peach brown shade, I'm going into the crease to use it as my transition shade. I'm really being careful to keep that just in the crease and slightly above. This is actually my first time using this eyeshadow palette. My sister got it for me for Christmas. I'm so excited because I actually was eyeing this. I have the e.l.f. Modern Metals 10-pan eyeshadow palette that's very similar to this, and I love the formula so much that I was eyeing some of the other ones and I couldn't really decide, but this one was definitely one on my list, and my sister got it for me without having any idea that I was even eyeing it, so you did a great job, sis. Alright, so moving to the next eye. You guys want to see the difference before I continue? And this color, like, I'm being very, very light with this. This color is gorgeous. It's pretty pigmented, and it's, you know, it's on the lighter side in the palette, so I wasn't sure how well it was going to show up on my skin, but I think it's showing it pretty nicely. This is just one color, but you just need to take your time blending it out, making sure that you're focusing on your placement here, you know? The crease and a little bit of the outer V there. And for that, I was using the Essence Eye Blender brush. Now I'm moving into the second to deepest shade in the palette, and I'm gonna open my eyes real wide and take that in the outer V. And for this, I'm using my Eco Tools double-sided brush, the blend side. We'll just soften that a bit with the brush that I used to lay down the original color. That's so pretty. So, do you guys have any New Year's plans? I know that typically in the past, I would just, you know, stay home and do, you know, something with just family and friends. I was not actually home for this 2018's New Year. I was in Florida. I was there for an internship. I was working at a theater, and so a bunch of us were living in the same house, so of course we had our own little gathering of New Year's festivities. It was really nice. I just want to say these shadows are blending out like an absolute dream. Like this is beautiful. Now I'm going to go in the lower lash line with that first color we laid down. I'm using the smudge side of that double-sided brush. And now I'm also going back into that deeper color and just focusing that on the outer side of the lower lash line. We're going to take this gold shade that's directly in the middle of the palette. I'm going to take it on my finger and put it directly on the lid. And now you're going to take the blend side of that double-sided brush again, or just, you know, any blender brush, go back into that second deepest color and just reinforce it on the outer V. I'm going back in with this original brush in the original color. Just blend all of this together so that there are no harsh lines. To deepen it up just a little bit, we're going to go into the deepest color in the palette and go into the outer V here. Like, if you are a lighter skin tone than me, you definitely can skip this step because the pigmentation on that, you know, second to deepest shade was really, really nice. We're gonna add just a little bit of that deeper shade on the outer corner of the bottom lash line. Actually, I want to use that as a bottom lash line eyeliner. So yes, we're gonna drag him all the way. Oh yeah, that looks very nice. And I'm gonna do that instead of using eyeliner on the bottom like I usually do. Now I'm going to line my eyes with the NYX Matte Liquid Liner in black. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Essence Lash Princess. If you haven't tried this mascara, you are missing out. Now I'm going to highlight the brow bone. I need to get these eyebrows done. Woo! Child. Moving on to the lips, I'm going to be lining them with the NYX lip liner in brown. For lipstick, I'm using the ColourPop Luxe lipstick in Layover. And for a little gloss on top, I'm going to throw on the e.l.f. Modern Metals gloss. It doesn't say what shade this is, but it is a very sparkly, beautiful champagne gloss. Perfect for New Year's. All right, that's the completed look. Let me take my hair down and show you guys what it looks like. What do you think? I love this look. This look is perfect for New Year's Eve. It is so easy, it's affordable, and also this eyeshadow look only used 3 colors. If you remember, I just did the 3 colors and the eyeliner, and look how beautiful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. I hope you all have a great New Year's and a great 2019. I wish you all the best of everything going into the new year. Bye!